Jonathan's last words are non-negotiable.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Eliminate the enemy.
It's at a charity event. It's a relaxed atmosphere. Besides Rotis's red
EMP grenade incoming!
It's an innocent, enthusiastic moment that perfectly fits his image. Hey, let's go for a drive. They aren't his very last words. They undoubtedly spoke to each other in the car. But they are the last words anyone else short, fatal journey. Rotis loses control of the car at a speed of over 100 miles per hour. The car crashes into a lamppost and a tree.
Sam, clear out!
Rotis dies instantly from the impact. Paul Walker is not.
What have I done?
Will later reveal the gruesome truth.
Somebody had
Walker's official cause of death is the effects of traumatic mental injuries. This means he survived the crash itself. He had a broken jaw, hollow left pelvis, and multiple ribs, but he was still alive, likely unconscious, when the flames engulfed the building. The fire narrowly contributed to his death. Pugilistic states. He assumes were exposed to extreme heat. A hell that began with that one
Hostile there.
fatal sentence. Hey, let's go for a drive.
Enemy marked.
That was not meant for you!
Keep your weapon down range. Throwing flashback.
Selena Texas. She was there for vacation. She was there to confront her father. Her name was Yolanda Salima. Yolanda wasn't just a singers and their song. Money was thousands of dollars. Selena's father, Abraham, had noticed the disturbances in the family. Meeting turned into a confrontation. Single shot. Selena stumbled out of the room, across the parking lot, leaving a blood trail over 100 feet long. She burst into the hotel lobby, clutching
New location.
Help me, I've been shot. Before she collapsed, she used her final breath to identify her killer. Her last word was by the time paramedics arrived, it was too late. The vibrant, beloved star was pronounced dead at 1:05 p.m. Murdered by the very person who's supposed to be her biggest fan. It led police to a 9-hour standoff before surrender. She was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison.
Going loud.
Michael Jackson. 2009. King of Pop was dead. But Michael Jackson. He died in his own bed. Rented mansion in Hills, Los Angeles. The circumstances were just bizarre. For weeks, Michael had been asking, "This is it." He sold out shows and those who would be persons were he was so superstar with unlimited resources would do. Personal physician, Conrad $1,000 a month to help people see. And Murray's method was unconventional. Stars lavish every night, administer a cocktail of sedatives, culminating in an IV.
Tossing cluster.
I'm gonna tell you crazy. An IV drip of propofol. You know, surgery used to be completely for major surgery. Michael called it his milk. That final morning, after a long night of lesser sedatives, word came in to Michael's desperate plans. It started a propofol drip downtown. He made phone calls, checked emails. He was waiting for his plans. There was no heart rate, pulse oximeter.
Hostile running active camo.
Murray found Michael Jackson wasn't breathing.
Time's low. Put your head down and get it done.
Murray panicked, performing CPR on the soft bed, trying to hide evidence. By the time paramedics were finally called at 12:21 p.m., nearly an hour after
Working hard.
King of Pop died from Los Angeles County. Later said Michael died so quickly, he didn't even have time to fix his evidence. It was like he invested surgery without any of the safeguards, before never a single moment. October 16th.
I got enemy suspect.
Just 30. Casa Sur Palermo. No.
Can't believe we lost to a bunch of 401ks.
We live to reclaim our honor. Not all.
Just working the ink.
His fear was tragically prophetic. Police and medics were dispatched, but before they could intervene effectively, Liam fell from the third-floor balcony, a drop of about 43 to 46 feet. The impact was catastrophic. The autopsy would later reveal he suffered from polytrauma, with at least 25 distinct injuries, massive head trauma, hemorrhaging in the head, chest, abdomen, and limbs. Toxicology found alcohol, cocaine, and a prescription antidepressant in his system. He was likely unconscious or semi-conscious when he went over, as there were no defensive wounds. He never had a chance. The chaos didn't end there. Almost immediately, social media was flooded with conspiracy theories and fake videos claiming to show his final moments. A grim digital second death that spread faster than confirmed details. It was a terribly modern tragedy, A young star publicly battling his demons, ending his life in a violent, lonely fall. His death instantly becoming distorted content for the internet's consumption. Aaliyah, August 25th, 2001. Aaliyah Dana Houghton, the 22-year-old princess of R&B, was on top of the world. She was in the Abaco Islands, Bahamas, wrapping up the music video for her new single, Rock the Boat. The shoot was ethereal, beautiful, filmed on a yacht under the Caribbean sun. It was supposed to be another step in her ascent to superstardom. Instead, it became the backdrop for a completely avoidable tragedy. The crew wrapped filming earlier than expected, and everyone was eager to get back to Florida. Instead of waiting for their scheduled charter, the decision was made to hop on a smaller, twin-engine Cessna 402B that was available right then. It was a fatal mistake. The plane was dangerously overloaded. The group's luggage and video equipment pushed the aircraft to 4,117 pounds, hundreds of pounds over its maximum safe takeoff weight. That wasn't even the worst of it. The pilot, Luis Morales III, was not certified to fly that specific aircraft. He had reportedly faked his license qualifications, and an autopsy would later reveal he had cocaine and alcohol in his system at the time of the flight. He had pleaded no contest to cocaine possession just 12 days before. The plane struggled to get into the air. It lifted off the runway, climbed to maybe 100 feet, then veered sharply to the left and plunged nose first into a marsh just seconds after takeoff. The impact was devastating. The plane burst into flames. Aaliyah and 5 others were killed instantly from blunt force trauma and burns. 3 more succumbed to their injuries shortly after. All 9 people on board were dead. The official cause was aviation accident due to overloading the pilot error. That's the full answer. The reality is, it was a story of impatience, negligence, and a criminally irresponsible pilot. Jaco Pastorius. Sometimes, the worst deaths are the ones that feel like the final, brutal punctuation.
Why did it so
Hardcore hardpoint.
BMO?
Secure the objective.
The name, you know, is Facebook.
Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint. Contesting hardpoint.
Electric bass player of all time.
We control the hardpoint.
He was also substance abuse problems that were largely
The advantage is ours. Hold it. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Operational. Or you think you go?
Hardpoint located.
streets of
Hardpoint contested. Black Ops took the lead. Do not let them keep it.
friends described him in fights,
Hardpoint is active.
engaging in self-destruct.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint.
Jurado launching denied drone.
Contesting hardpoint. We control the hardpoint. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Filipina loves
Hostile UAV
games.
established above. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint locked down.
Move to location.
Hardpoint identified. Contesting hardpoint.
Enemy moving.
Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint.
Or anywhere in Southeast Asia. I've been scanned.
Hardpoint active.
But there's been 3 times
Hostiles have the
that
hardpoint.
were pretty significant scans. And the last one,
Hardpoint contested.
really big.
We control the hardpoint.
Figure it out. So, you know,
Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint.
they pull in a got hit from playing in the background, you know. But it's a nice little park. It's about 1/10 the size of Benji. So we're in Benjasiri. So, but it's a nice little park. It's got a lot of benches.
Severi designating
Shade,
skewer
lots of
target.
But we're here to talk about getting scammed. Now, everybody at one point or another is going to get
Hardpoint
some sort of
located.
scam when they're overseas in Southeast Asia or the Philippines or even Thailand. And you know, you hear all the ones about the skin tax. So you know,
Hardpoint is
maybe
active.
a foreigner and you go find
Hardpoint locked down.
buy and they'll charge you a little more than what they charge the locals.
Contesting
No,
hardpoint.
that's acceptable.
Deploy
That's
skewer
an
in my
acceptable
AO.
skin tax. Another scam would be the taxi scams. You hear about that all the time.
Enemy at
where
BSK.
Taxi and they don't have their meter on. They say it's broke or whatever. They try to charge you a flat fee.
Cock
They charge
block.
you a little extra.
Flash out.
You know, you get that.
Hardpoint contested.
All kinds of scams, obviously. Where they scam you out.
Damn, y'all ain't got me working up.
Send me money for clothes, or send me money for a Grab or a taxi so I can come see you, and you send the money on your cash account, and they just ghost you. They don't show up. You know,
Hardpoint identified.
like that. You can handle a little bit. They're frustrating for sure, but they're not going to make or break you.
Hardpoint active.
Plans I get.
Control the hardpoint. Enemy UAV detected.
Let's get into the number.
Contesting hardpoint.
Hit that like button. Less than half the people that watch my
Hardpoint contested.
make sure you check to see if you're subscribing. Get that notification bell too. So,
Testing
okay,
hardpoint.
stick around for the last one because this is the
Deploy
big,
CUAV in my AO.
big reveal. So,
Hostile counter UAV above.
I started dating a Filipina.
Hardpoint contested.
First time I came to the Philippines,
Submitting care package drop request.
Chilling.
December 2015. And I'll tell you about that right now. And I think I'm
Hardpoint located.
really get
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
you will
Sam turret deployed.
Don't make it simple.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint
Damn,
locked
y'all
down.
ain't got me working up an appetite.
Yes. If you think the Fed will cut rates, you buy
go outside. You'll go outside and you'll be ready to leave. And someone will come up to you and say, "Do you need a taxi, sir?" And you're thinking, "Yeah, I need a taxi. Thank you so much." And they'll have a taxi. You're waiting. Well, they'll load your luggage in. And, you know, you feel pretty good, so you tip them 20 baht or 50 baht, thinking, "This guy's nice." You get into the taxi or a van or whatever, and they take you to where you want to go. And then when
Hostiles are pulling
they
ahead.
charge you. These are rookie mistakes, but you don't ask up front. They get ready to charge you.
Hardpoint identified.
Exorbitant amount of money. I mean, so what happened with me personally?
Hostile skewer inbound.
and I-
Hostile
I
UAV
made
established
myself
above.
for the first time in Manila.
Hardpoint active.
So,
Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint. Skewer release detected.
No, she was.
So, get in this van, my luggage, get out, and he wants to charge me 3,000 pesos. It's like 60 bucks. And at first I'm thinking, that seems a little high. I thought Philippines was cheaper. But then I'm thinking, well, you know, if it's New York City, it'd probably be at least that much. You know, or LA or Chicago or whatever. So I paid it, not thinking anything of it. Well, later down, I find out that I
Fortunately,
am
the
a
market
scam.
does not forgive incompetence.
Let me be the lesson.
That right there. Closest stand we've had to a
Absolutely. Second scam was back in Filipino dating. This would have been back in 2007. Came out here.
Thanks, bye.
We met nice, and I learned my lesson about the taxis. I didn't fall for that again. So I felt pretty good about that. But this is only my second or third trip to Manila. So I'm still green behind, wet behind the ears, green in every aspect. So we're in downtown Manila by Intramuros, and that's where we're staying in a hotel in Intramuros. And we had some time to kill in the afternoon, so we're walking around, and they've got these horse and buggy rides, right? These carriage rides. And it's like, oh, that's kind of neat. That's romantic. Let's do that. So walk up to the guy and ask, how much is the carriage ride? And then he says, well, a short trip. And he kind of explained where it went. I wasn't really paying much attention. And he goes, that's, I think he said like 500 pesos. So like $10. Okay. And he goes, and the long trip is 3,000. Like, oh. He goes, that's all throughout the city. Like, okay, well, let's do the short trip. I said, I want the short trip. Oh, short trip? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can do the short trip. So it's like, great. So we get in, my girlfriend and I would get in the back of the buggy and the carriage, and he's giving us this ride. And we're going around looking at all the little scenery and all the sights in Manila and Intramuros, and it's like, this is kind of neat. This is romantic, right? And then he stops, and we get out, stretch our legs a little bit. He takes pictures with us, with his horse.
Hardcore kill confirmed. Secure the mission area at all costs.
Get back in, he continues to ride.
They have the lead. Take it back. Lead is ours. Do not let up.
These turns, but we're going back the other way. I didn't see that. He finally gets turned around, and we're starting to head back. Okay. But man, that's a pretty good short ride. Get back to our original destination, and we get out, and I go to give him 500, and he goes, no, sir, it's 3,000. I go, wait, what? He goes, 3,000. I wanted the short ride. He goes, well, we gave you the long ride.
Requesting UAV on station.
Stupid.
I didn't ask for the long ride. I asked for the short ride. And, that's the
Enemy UAV detected.
And so
Ah,
we're
so
getting
we're
kinda
here
heated
now.
because
Fucking
he's not
top.
giving it. So I'm feeling ripped off because I told him the short ride 500 and now it's wanting.
Damn, y'all ain't got me working up an appetite.
Which
Indicating waypoint.
Straight the love of God through the gospel. Give to CN today.
Oh no. It's going.
Civilian designating you a target.
Hostile UAV established above.
Give me a minute. That weird.
Damn, y'all ain't got me working.
This study shows the opposite. Most make concrete detergents stick to your skin like glue. So they building on your clothes and they shine against light. They don't make your clothes your eyes just to sit.
Enemy UAV detected.
Issues like rashes, hormone disruption, and even cancer.
Requesting UAV on station.
Through your skin, straight into your blood.
Jiggers.
Intentionally. It's fine, safe. Homemade. Liquids, pods, powder. All the same bad ingredients. Remember, your skin is super important. Be careful about what goes on it. I couldn't keep exposing my kids or anyone. And I needed it now. That's why I decided. So, let's go.
Jam turret operational.
understand, he gave
Requesting UAV on station.
which would have been 3,000, but that's not what I agreed with. That's not the deal. So
Hostile UAV established above.
things are getting pretty heated. Your girlfriend, she's just standing there. She's like, just pay him, just pay him. He doesn't want to get into, Filipinos, they don't want to get into any, unless of course they're scamming. Then they do. And she goes, just pay him, just pay him. So I paid him 3,000 pesos. That's 60 bucks. And that set me off. So I was in a bad mood.
You gotta be.
That was number two.
Requesting UAV on station.
Side trips, these tours, these little excursions with what make sure they understand how much you're paying. Maybe, I don't know, maybe pay I do my own. So that way I don't worry about scams or any conflicts or anything. Okay, before I get into my third and biggest scam in the Philippines, let me give you a little bonus one for here in Thailand. It could happen anywhere for that matter. So when you go to exchange money,
Atwood requesting hunter killer deployment.
exchange rate, cash and give it back to you. Make sure you count all the bills.
Samsung is deployed.
Before you walk away. Just that way, the first time you go to an exchange place, right down by Nana. Yes. So I was up there, and I gave him my cash, and it was U.S. dollars, I'm sure. I gave my U.S. dollars, and I'm waiting for my and it was like 10,000. Expecting, right? So he counts it out real fast, and then he gives it to me, and I was stuck. So I kind of counted them a little bit, and put them in my wallet and walked off. Well, then later on, I go to look, and I'm going, there's 1,000, 2,000.
Requesting UAV on station.
And then in the middle, instead of 1,000,
Watchdog Hilo inbound on your grid.
Richtofen releasing Deadeye drone.
with 100 baht bill. So I got scammed out of 900
Sending
baht,
flashbang.
which is pretty significant. That's about $30.
Performance is trending below acceptable thresholds.
So just be careful because a lot of those bills are close to the same. Familiar with it if you're new to the city or new to the country, you can fall for that. So that's another scam to watch out for. All right, here's number three. Here's the big scam. When I first came over to Manila,
Requesting UAV on station.
Washington City. Places to again, again, I go to a place, hotel, Airbnb type thing. I want to stay there for a few weeks. Live, right? I find this place online and it looks pretty good. I'm thinking,
Enemy UAV detected.
even if it's not, so I can deal with that. It's in a good location, so I want to live unless I get settled in there. So I pay out money, right? So when you look on Agoda, it gives you that.
Roll back, mission is a failure.
Hotel, apartment complex. It's
Well, now that is a very
and it
small
gives the
drop.
name of that hotel.
Not
and the
very.
apartment. So I booked this and I paid them for
On target. Five down.
US. It only had an address. So when I got in this town, I stayed one night at a hotel, and the next day I went to check in my Agoda because I got in late, I think. So I get in a Grab and I haven't put in the address, and I get in a Grab or a taxi. I think it might have been a taxi actually. And I have the address, and we're going, and it's like this is kind of a dodgy area. Wasn't what it looked like on the Agoda app, right? So we get to where it's supposed to be,